Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss a new topic called as shapes. You observe the surroundings. You can observe your cycle, the wheel of the cycle. What is the shape of the cycle wheel? Circular shape. Your notebook. What is the shape of the notebook? Either in rectangular shape or square shape. So not only these, we can observe some objects. That means whatever the objects we are observing with our naked eye, they are almost 3D shapes. So we have to distinguish some shapes according to 2D shapes and 3D shapes. Today we are going to learn those topics in today's class. First of all, shapes. Before going to these shapes, let us learn the very basic concepts of shapes. When you take these shapes according to the high school concept, actually this concept comes under geometry. We call it as geometry. The basic definitions of geometry we have to learn. Nothing but they are also shapes. Only the title is different. Shapes, we are learning about shapes. It is nothing but it comes under geometry. We are learning the basic elements of geometry. Now first of all, let us learn what is a point. Point. It indicates, what does a point indicates? For example, you search some location in your Google map. You want to go to Bangalore. So when you just search in the Google map, it will locate some particular location. For example, in Bangalore you want to go to Majestic or any other location. So when you search it, it will show one particular point and a small balloon like structure will be popped up. It will show some location. So what is this one? It says that whatever the area you are searching for is located in that particular area. So this point indicates the location. Similarly, here the point definition in our geometry concept, that is shapes concept, indicates the location of a particular place or thing. It is a mark of position of a place or a thing. This is the point. A mark of position of a place or a thing. So how do we denote a point? We denote with a small dot. You just take the pencil tip and just put the dot on the surface. It indicates the point. It doesn't have length, it doesn't have breadth, and it doesn't have height also. It doesn't have length. Can we measure it? No, we cannot measure it. So no length, breadth. Does it contain any breadth? No. Height? Of course no. So these elements not included for point. So we can say the point as zero-dimensional object. Zero dimension. Zero. No dimension. These are the dimensions. Each one is called as a dimension. Length, breadth, height. It doesn't have any dimension. That's why zero dimension. You might have listened the word 3D. 3D moving, 4D moving, isn't it? So the same concept applied here also. 3-dimensional. So 3-dimensional thing was length, breadth, height. But these 3 dimensions are not included here. That's why zero dimension. So point is a mark of position of a place or a thing which is called as a zero-dimensional, and it indicates with a small dot. And we can name the point also. We use capital letters in the capital, that means capital English alphabet. Capital English alphabet to denote a point. For example, a person moved from point A to point B. A person, for example, take this particular location on the map. Point A, it indicates A is nothing but Anantapur, and B indicates Bangalore. For example, we can say A to B. A person moved from A to B. This is the point A. Of course, this small dot is not Anantapur. It is the location of Anantapur on the map. It is indicated by small dot. Is that clear? So this is the point definition. After this, we will move on to the next topic. That is next definition, that is called as one-dimensional figure. Next, our definition is line. So, what is a line? It is a collection of series of what? Points. See here, small dots. See here, these dots I am collected and I am arranging in series in the same manner, serial manner. So all these points, when they are gathered and arranged in series manner, so all these will constitute one line like this. So a line will extend in both directions. It is a collection of series of points extending in both directions. Extending in both directions. Both directions means we have only two directions, because it is moving in linear manner. Linear means in a series manner. For example, you are moving on a road. You will be having only two directions, forward and backward. Similarly here also, a line is moving. It should move either it have two directions. That means it is extending in both directions. It is called as a line. So line contains infinite number of points. A line contains infinite number of points. And next definition that we have to concentrate is a line segment. Line segment. Segment nothing but part. Which part? Part of line. Line segment. Line segment. It is a part taken from the line. That means when you take some part of some portion of the line, it is called as line segment, because it contains endpoints. A line does not have endpoints. It can be extended in both directions, but line segment will have fixed length or definite length. So what can be the definition of line segment? It is a part of line. Line contains infinite number of points. Line segment also contains infinite number of points, but it don't have end. It cannot be end. But line segment have ends, two ends. It have definite length. We can able to measure with our scale. We can able to measure with a scale, tape, whatever it is. So line segment. After this, one more thing. We have discussed about the zero-dimensional object. What is that one? Zero-dimensional? What is that one? You have to recall. What is the zero-dimensional? What is a zero-dimensional object? Point. Very good. Point. Now line and line segment are called as, that means especially line segment, it contains only one dimension. What is the dimension? Why we call it as one dimension here? I said that line segment can be measured. Measured means what? For example, take this pen. Now, small question to you. Can I measure the length of this particular pen or not? Yes. If I want to measure, what I have to do? What I have to do? Yes. Take the scale and take the starting end and measure. So take the scale and measure. So what is the length here? So around 13 centimeters it contains. That means we can able to measure the. Similarly, line segment, can I be able to measure it or not? Yes, it is having some 11 centimeters. That means it is having a length. I discussed that three dimensions are there: length, breadth and height. We cannot measure the breadth here. We cannot measure the height also, but we have measured length. That's why it is one dimensional object. One dimensional. So point is zero dimensional and line segment is one dimensional. Because of the reason it have length. It have length. Okay. We will move on to the next topic. So far, what are the topics we have discussed today? Can anyone able to recall? We have discussed about point, line segment, and now ray. What is a ray? No, I'm drawing some diagram here. Can anyone able to identify what is this one? Can anyone able to identify what is this one? Yes? What is this? See the diagram. See the diagram. What is this one?
Sun.
Very good. What is this one? Sun. So, sun. It gives light. Okay. How that light is reached to earth? In the form of sun rays. Very good. Sun rays. So sun rays we are calling. Why we are calling it as a rays? Why we are not calling sun line segment or sun line? Because the ray, the definition of ray nothing but a line segment is extending either in a one direction, that is only one direction, either in this direction or in this direction. A line segment extending only one direction is called as ray. So starting point is somewhere. It is the starting point of the ray and it is extending on right side. And here starting point of the ray is this one and it is extending on another side. So similarly, the starting point of this is nothing but sun. At some particular location, the sun, they will start and they will extending it all directions. That means like this. If you consider each one as a ray, sun rays will be formed. Sun rays. So the definition of ray nothing but a line segment. A line segment extending only in one direction. Extending in only one direction. What is the name? A line segment extending only in one direction is called as ray. So these are the basic elements of the geometry. That means any shapes, when you are going to learn about whatever that shape you take. For example, take the scale. Take the example of scale. So it contains a line segment. It contains some curved shape. Okay. So like this, whatever the shapes we are going to discuss, it is made up of line segments, rays, some curved shapes. So we have to learn the basic elements. Okay. So next we have to discuss, that is we should know the types of lines. Types of lines. See here, observe this one. I have arranged, that means I have hold the scale in what manner? So in your primary level, that means you have learned about sleeping line, isn't it? If you consider this one as the line or line segment, how it is arranged? In a sleeping manner. This is called as horizontal line. This is called as horizontal line. We call it as horizontal line. Suppose if I hold the scale like this, now it is in a standing manner. That means it is standing now. So we call it as vertical manner. See here, vertical. If the line is sleeping, horizontal line. For example, speed breaker. When you are going on a road, you observe the speed breaker, isn't it? Have you observed? Yes. So the speed breaker, arranged, how it is arranged? It is laying on the road in horizontal manner. It is sleeping, isn't it? Poles, electric poles, how they are arranged? They are standing on the earth. Understood? So they are now vertical. They are vertical. Next, suppose two straight lines are arranged like this. That means they are not going to meet anywhere. They are not going to meet anywhere. The gap between these two lines is fixed. For example, railway track. Have you observed the railway track? Have you observed railway track in exhibitions, normally in okay? So the railway track, the distance between the track is same. What happens if the distance is not same? The train will collapse. Okay? So these are nothing but these pair of lines are called as parallel lines. These are called as parallel lines. Horizontal line, horizontal line, vertical line, vertical line, parallel lines, and some objects, some lines will be like this also. For example, have you observed the side stand of a vehicle, bike? Side stand or your cycle stand. So it will be arranged like this, slanting manner, isn't it? So it is called as slant line, or one more name also be there, oblique. Slant line or oblique. So we have taken horizontal line, vertical line, parallel lines, and slant line or oblique. One more type of lines are there. Suppose on a sleeping line, if a vertical line is drawn, that means on a horizontal line, if the vertical line is drawn like this, vertically, for example, like this. Suppose think that this is the horizontal line. So take the example of sleeping line and standing line. Sleeping line is called as horizontal line and the standing line is called as vertical line. So now this is the sleeping line. Suppose if any line is standing like this, exactly like a pole. Understood? This is called as, the pair of lines are called as perpendicular lines. The pair of lines are called as perpendicular. So here pair of lines, they are parallel. No, they are not parallel now, they are perpendicular. They are perpendicular. So we call it as perpendicular. So perpendicular lines. So first of all we have horizontal line, vertical line, next pair of lines, parallel lines, and one more pair of lines is perpendicular line, and we have slant line or oblique also. Okay. So in next class we are going to learn about the different types of shapes we are having. Already you have learned this topic. Okay. So we are going to revise those topics which are useful in our further classes. So 2D shapes, 3D shapes, open figure, closed figure, all these concepts we are going to learn. So today whatever we have learned we will summarize. If we have any doubts, so clarify your doubts by seeing the video once again. So solve the worksheet and send to me. So before that we will summarize what we have learnt. So we have discussed today the point definition, nothing but a mark of position indicating the location of a place or a thing. So it is 0 dimensional. After that, line definition, it is a collection of series of points extending in both directions. And line segment, it is 1 dimensional, it is a part of line, it is a part of line, segment nothing but part. So after that we have learnt about ray also. Okay, if a line segment is extending in only one direction, this is the line definition, it is extending in both direction. Line segment is having fixed length, that's why it is called as 1 dimensional. Ray, if a line segment is extending only one direction, either in this direction or like this. Ray. And types of lines, we have horizontal line, nothing but sleeping line, vertical line, nothing but standing line, slant line or oblique, and pair of lines, parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So here parallel lines, the distance between the parallel lines is same, they are not going to meet anywhere. And perpendicular lines, they are having some straight line, that means angle will be there. This topic we are going to discuss later. So sleeping line, standing line will be there. So perpendicular line, as well as we can always intersecting. Suppose two lines are intersecting like this, we call it as intersecting lines. The lines can be anything, either it can be slant line or very vertical, but on a sleeping line, if a vertical line, that means on a horizontal line, vertical line is there, it is called as perpendicular line. If normally any line is in there, they are passing to like this, two roads or crossing each other, they are going to meet at one particular place, so they are called as intersecting. Okay, so these things we have discussed. Okay, thank you.